Well, we have finally made it to Singapore, but first stop is a much well-earned rest and breather before the second part of this new adventure begins. We decided that the first week in Singapore, we would take advantage of being tourists and just relax and enjoy what so many people travel halfway around the world, well, to come and enjoy it. Basically, we really cannot do much without activating, I don't know if that's the right term or not, our employment independent passes. And we have 5 days before we even have the appointment to begin that process. So yes, we've had the employment pass and dependent pass approved, but now you have to go in person and actually get the application moving forward so that you actually can activate, for lack of a better word, the employment and dependent passes. Oh, and just to know, setting up a bank account is the number one thing you have got to focus on from day one. But you can't really do it until you have these employment passes and dependent passes set up. But to be honest with you, we were exhausted. Getting to this point, there were so many things to be juggling and checking off lists, and then the whole packing, and then the repacking, and then the moving, and then, the flight. So we decided that a vacation and a chance to rest, regroup, and reset our priorities and focus was just what we needed, and we went ahead and did it. So our first stop is going to be Sentosa Island and the Sentosa Shangri-La. Now, just to get our bearings straight, Singapore, which is officially the Republic of Singapore, is a sovereign island country and city-state in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia includes the following countries: Brunei, Burma or Myanmar, Cambodia, Timor-Leste, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. And looking at this map, you can see how really tiny it is. Have you found Singapore yet? As we get closer in, you'll see that Singapore is located at the southern tip of Malaysia. Now that we know where we landed, we need to figure out where we're going. So we landed here at Changi Airport. It's an amazing airport, but Sentosa and the Sentosa Shangri-La is about a 27 to 30 minute drive from the airport. You can get to Sentosa via mass transit, but it is multiple modes of transportation, from MRT, bus, back to MRT, and back to bus. And can take up to 2 hours. And that's if everything's hitting just right. And you just came off of a really long flight. And in tow behind us, we have 5 bags of various sizes between the two of us. So before we even left the United States, we opted to go ahead and get a car set up. Doing a brief little research and kind of looking through, I found a company called Zimmy's Limousine. I booked the car prior to leaving the US. And I just, like I said, I used a Google search, and then I contacted them through WhatsApp, which is a very important app to have on your phone here in Singapore. I really can't say enough about this service. When we arrived, we had to go through regular immigration. Though we had employment and dependent pass approval, we had not had them activated or physically issued, and would not have them for at least a week or maybe more. So we had to go through what we typically would have went through anyway. However, on our previous look-see trip, we cleared immigration, collected our bags, and were in a taxi heading to our hotel in less than 20 minutes. But this was not to be the case. Something was going on, something kind of odd, and I think we came in and another flight came in possibly it was a late flight, and it came in and we all converged onto immigration, and it was over an hour for us to get through immigration. And I just assumed our driver was going to drive off. But our wonderful driver, Jimmy, was in contact via WhatsApp the moment we landed at the airport, and even sent us pictures of our lonely luggage that was waiting for us at the baggage carousel. We had just gotten off an 18+ hour flight. We were anxious about having all the right paperwork to even enter and get into Singapore, and just plain exhausted after all we'd been doing to get this far. And it was 6 p.m. that in the evening. Well, it was so helpful to have him there waiting and communicating with us. We have since used him exclusively as we move from hotel to hotel to hotel to service department, and we will continue to use the company. Very reliable, professional, and incredibly kind. So off to Sentosa for our first official night living in Singapore.